What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another player prop video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Speaking of the $50 giveaway from last week, Nathan Thompson 19. Nathan Thompson 19, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL so I can get your info and send that over to you. As always, appreciate everybody who likes, subscribes, comments, and shows love throughout the week. I appreciate y'all as always. First and foremost, at propsmadeeasy.com, you already know what we're going to use for the video today. At propsmadeeasy.com, we nearly swept every single pick from college football on the first 4 games of the year. Every single pick. The tool was legitimately nearly 100% on what Props Made Easy predicted the outcome to be on each prop was exactly what happened for nearly every single college football pick this weekend. Absolutely dominated. I won a few grand off college football the first little week of college football. Excited for this main one coming up where we got even more games to go. So if you haven't locked into college football, you need to. All right, let's get straight into it, baby. NFL, I think NFL is going to be even bigger too. Like, college football had a great start to the year, don't get me wrong. But I think NFL is going to be even bigger than that, to be honest with you. But let's get straight into that. And why I think that? Because NFL is going to have player projections as well. Once we're about a week out from week 1 on NFL, NFL will be adding player projections right here in this area right here. And then all of the plays showing will be plus EV plus projection. You know, they're even better that way. You know what I mean? Now, one thing that gives Props Made Easy tools an edge is we don't just take a certain amount of sports books. Like, we don't just pick out the main sports books and use their lines to get a consensus. No, we take nearly 50 plus. Okay, we take over 50 sports books lines. We compare them into one line to give you the absolute most accurate representation of where the lines are on average over the entire industry, not just a few sports books, not just the main ones, DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, BetMGM, all that stuff. No, 50 plus. Okay, that's why we had so much success on the first college football week, because we took every single sports book known to mankind, put their lines together to give you the most accurate representation, and boom, we're just on point throughout every single pick. These sports books put so much money into making sure their lines are as accurate as humanly possible. So if these lines are averaging 5 yards less than where Prizepicks has the line, of course you need to lock it in. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why we had so much success, man. And it was an amazing week 1. Excited to keep it going. All right. Looking at week 1 NFL plays, as of right now, based off of the sportsbook lines, we have Brock Purdy under 246.5 at a minus 5.25 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks have this line at a 241.2. Okay, so minus 5 difference. Travis Kelce, we like the under 66.5 at a minus 4.91. Other sportsbooks are at a 61.59 on him. Dak Prescott over 259.5 at a 4.5 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 264. Josh Allen over 239.5 passing yards at a 4.5. Other sportsbooks are at 244. Baker Mayfield under 244.5 at a minus 4.25. Other sportsbooks are at a 240.2. Kyler Murray over 33.5 rushing yards at a 4 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 37.5 on Kyler Murray's rushing yards of 33.5. A.J. Brown under 77.5 at a minus 3.75. Other sportsbooks are at 73.75 on this play. Okay. C.J. Stroud over 266.5 at a 3.5 sportsbook differential. Other sportsbooks are at 270. So a lot of value, a lot of solid options on NFL so far. Let's look at all sportsbooks and see if there's any bigger value. Over on Hot Streak, when you go to all sportsbooks, it defaults to Prizepicks because that's the most popular option that people utilize. But if you click on all sportsbooks on NFL, it'll show you all of the DFS sportsbooks, and you're able to find where the biggest value is. Like right now, if you look at that on Hot Streak, over here on Hot Streak, as you can see the Hot Streak logo, Isaiah Pacheco under 69.5 rushing yards is a minus 7.09. Other sportsbooks are at 62.41 on this play. Patrick Mahomes over 257.5 on Hot Streak at a 6.43. So those would be two of the biggest value options that we have on this slate in general. Then we have a third here with Kelsey's under. Travis Kelce's under receiving yards on underdog is a fantastic one. But yeah, a lot of different options. All right, let's move on. For college football, we don't have a ton going on here, but we do have Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer's under is one of the main plays as of right now, but there's a lot of sportsbooks haven't dropped lines yet. It's only August 26th. So we're taking what we have available to us so far, but as we get closer to the main slate of games for college football, as we get closer to these games, the more of accuracy you're going to see, because more and more sportsbooks, as they drop lines, we're adding them into our consensus sportsbook line. So obviously the more the better, the more accurate off of the larger range, right? So right now with college football, I'm actually going to give it a little time before I get into college football. I'll give it probably maybe tomorrow. We'll have more sportsbooks drop lines, and it won't just be, right now it's just like underdog and dabble. Just a couple options. There's no prize picks up on our tool yet, but they will be dropping soon. Nothing for preseason NFL. Nothing for CFL. Oops. All right, looking at MLB. Really nothing on the board early on right now. I mean, Zach Wheeler's the best option we have at a minus 133 consensus. Edward Cabrera at a minus 133 consensus. I mean, these guys are okay. They're at 52%ers. So every place that you look will tell you that Zach Wheeler's under at 18.5 is the play, and his Edward Cabrera's over 4.5 hits allowed is the play. But as you guys know, at Props Made Easy, we want as much data to be clicking as possible. So we really like to see when these chance of hit colors are green. All right, when we see that, the PME consensus odds are upwards of minus 140. The highest odds are upwards of minus 160 sometimes. So we will have those plays come in throughout the day, and we will have some big options. As of right now, though, there's just nothing on the board and no reason to force anything, to be honest. I really want to instill that mindset into a lot of y'all, not to force anything. If it's not there, just don't force it. Looking at the Goblins, though, we've got some really good Goblins. Randy Vasquez over 2.5 Ks is a 60% chance to hit. Bailey Ober over 4.5 Ks at 56.83. Edward Cabrera over 4.5 Ks at 56. So we've got three Goblin options that are over 56% to hit. Especially the Randy Vasquez would be my favorite to pair with something over 2.5 Ks at 60% chance to hit. So definitely get that in and pair it with another play that you really love. Get that double up, man. You don't have to go for huge winnings every day. Making profit is the name of the game. That's what we're in this for. You feel what I'm saying? So pair a regular play with a Goblin if there's not a ton of value on the board. All right. Twins and Braves is the best under first inning runs allowed, but there's nothing really crazy here. Minus 127. I mean, the lines have been extremely tight on first inning runs. For MLB Batter Fantasy, I know Aaron Judge has been fantastic, but when you compare to other sportsbooks, it's a minus 1 sportsbook differential. So the under on his 11.5, Aaron Judge has been fantastic, but that line is really high. So we're going to grab the under on Aaron Judge and hope he doesn't hit another home run. Maybe he'll kind of come down a little bit after being so hot lately. Marcelo Zona, over 6.5 at a 1, are a couple options for MLB Fantasy you can play. All right. For WNBA, nothing too crazy, man. Minus 133 sportsbook odds on the under at 52.17 on Jordan Canada's assists of 6.5. Shakira Austin over 7.5 rebounds is 52.17. A couple options that are decent. Does DraftKings Pick 6 have anything? Where's Pick 6 at? I don't see Pick 6. Let's look at Vivid. Nothing on Vivid Picks. I like to just look at the DFS. Okay, over on Underdog, Ariel Atkins. Under 15.5 points at 53.3%. Minus 140 is the average sportsbook line for her, so great spot there. All right, moving on. Nothing for PGA at the moment. Nothing for MMA. For tennis, we do have some one sportsbook differentials. We got about 4 options. We got Audrey, over 32.5 total games at a 1. Jiri, under 38.5 at a minus 1. We have Zheng Shang, over 37.5 at a 1. And then Max, over 37 at a 1. All right, you can go all of those options. As always, though, I recommend, personally, when I'm making slips, I like to go plays like 1.5 or higher at least. 1.5 is my minimum when it comes to sportsbook differentials. And I like to go higher, as high as humanly possible when it comes to the sportsbook differentials. Nothing for these. CS2. All right. We got a few options for CS2. We have Lucky, under 32 first two map kills at a minus 2.5 sportsbook differential. Same situation for our esports as it is for NFL, all these other sports. We take every sportsbook that has these, okay? Every single sportsbook that puts money into setting their CS2 lines, we put together into a line to make sure we have the most accurate representation overall, which is why our esports does so well. Sure, you're going to miss some sometimes. You're never going to be 100% on anything. Like, we nearly were 100% on college football, okay? But that doesn't happen. That's not a normal thing to happen. You don't normally go 100% on something, okay? We did almost go 100% on college football. So as I'm telling y'all, look, you can't go 100%. We nearly almost did it. But after doing that, I'm telling you, going 100% like that is not a normal thing in the sports betting world. You're going to have your ups and your downs. The key is, over the long term, as you continue betting and as you continue using Props Made Easy, you will see profit instead of a decline. And a lot of the issue that people say, and I mention this all the time, a lot of people want instant gratification. There's some people that have used Props Made Easy in the past, lost on their first day, and immediately just took it out of their routine. How can you go off of just one day, one single slip you made, which was probably a 6-man, and you probably didn't even throw just green probabilities in? But this is just a point. No specific person I'm talking about, by the way. But I'm just saying, there's people who want instant gratification, and those people will never be profitable. They'll continue bouncing around trying to find somebody who's like the guru of sports betting, which doesn't exist, by the way. Okay? There's nobody who's just hitting everything. Okay? You'll go about that. You'll try all these different discords. You'll try everything you can to never lose. And then you'll realize that never happens. And by then, it's too late. And you don't have any money to gamble. You feel what I'm saying? You're not gambling smart. You're not sticking to one process. The best process is by comparing sports books and having the most accurate representation based off of every sports book. These sports books put way more time and way more money into setting their lines than you could possibly do on your research. Take advantage of that to find an edge. Okay, that is the most important thing. So, Lucky under 32 first two map kills at a minus 2.5. Nikud's over 31.5 at a 2 sportsbook differential on the over there. Row J over 30.5 at a 2. Those would be the 3 options that I would get in. Love those options. All right, now let's check Valorant. Nothing for Valorant at the moment. So that's it for today. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. If you haven't joined Props Made Easy yet, do so. PropsMadeEasy.com. Also, if you haven't joined our Fantasy League headquarters, if you have your draft coming up, NFL season is coming, our Fantasy League headquarters. So if you go to sign up, you'll see 2 different options. The $20 monthly all sports is for the tools, the player prop tools. The season-long league headquarters is for the entire season of your fantasy league, to help you make your plays when it comes to NFL and setting your roster and making sure you have the highest projected players in each position so you can dominate everybody. You got a who to start tool on the season-long headquarters, all that good stuff, okay? So, as you can see, we have our season rankings right now. You can choose by standard or PPR. You can even sort by just looking at the rookies and see what the best rookies are. As you can see, Marvin Harrison Jr. is expected to be the best rookie wide receiver or just fantasy scorer in general. When it comes to his average draft positions, he's drafted 15th on average for Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, when it comes to actual player points, like projection, Jaden Daniels is up there at a 284. Caleb Williams is right behind him. They're really expecting Jaden Daniels to have a good season, even though Caleb Williams is getting drafted slightly higher in drafts. So take advantage of this. Also, you have the player comparisons. So you'll type in a couple player names. Let's say I want to look at Josh Jacobs. Hold on. I want to see if God, I can't spell today. I want to compare Josh Jacobs and then Pacheco. All right, who should I play in PPR? Calculate it. Boom, it'll let you know. Isaiah Pacheco is the play. He's projected for, there's some projected stats here. More data will be coming in, and it'll get even more accurate as you get closer. But it shows you the rushing attempts projection that week for either guy. It shows you the rushing yards is at 65 rushing yards for Pacheco based on 62 for Josh Jacobs. Receiving targets, Pacheco slightly higher as well. Touchdowns, they're right around, but it's a 1-point differential. So they're pretty close to each other. But you got all these different data points that show for you to be able to help you. as well. And our system will choose a winner for you. And that way, it doesn't need to be hard. You just compare the players you have and with their matchups for that week, and this will tell you which one to start. So it's really, really cool. So if you're in a fantasy league this year, definitely lock in with the fantasy headquarters. It's only $15 for the entire fantasy football season. We will have weekly as well. Okay, so once week 1 is completely ready and we have projections for week 1, right now we just have some like standard projections up at the moment. But once we're about a week out of week 1 NFL, all of our projections will update to their everything, the matchup and everything going on, and you will be able to see firsthand every single week what guys are, how much they're projected, if what they're projected in standard versus what they're projected in PPR, for all different positions and all that type of stuff. So it'll make your decisions so easy. Take advantage of all the data we have available to us at Props Made Easy and lock in, baby. Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Good luck on your fantasy league drafts. Good luck on your fantasy leagues. Let's continue smashing props, baby, and let's set this bar high for player props. Props Made Easy has been going crazy as always. Excited for the busy time of year coming up, man. Just going to be places slip after slip after slip. Going on vacation off of Prizepicks. Appreciate you, Prizepicks. I'm definitely excited for it, man. The way college football went for the first week, man, it's like I'm going to be booking trips throughout this year. I ain't going to lie. With these W's, yeah. Thank y'all for joining me, man. Lock in, and I'm out. Peace.